About 1,000 years after the pyramids, Egyptian pharaohs began to build their tombs underground in the Valley of the Kings. This process began around 1500 BCE and lasted for 300 to 400 years. Within that time, the Valley of the Kings got a lot of monuments, not just for pharaohs but also for queens and members of the royal court. But which one is the best? Personally, I'm quite fond of this. This is the tomb of Horemheb, which is tomb number 57, or KV 57 in the scholarship. Horemheb was the last pharaoh of dynasty 18. He came to power not long after Tutankhamun, who's so famous for his treasures. And Horemheb constructed this impressive monument. One of the things that is so distinctive about this tomb is the art. Before Horemheb, the tomb builders would construct the monument, and then after the king was dead, they would paint images on the walls on a layer of plaster. But Horemheb said, sod that, we're going to do it more elaborately. Starting with him, the royal artists would now carve the images onto the walls, and then add a layer of plaster and paint on top of that. This meant that the images had a much finer quality. They would stand out slightly from the wall, and the features and details were far more delicate. As a result, the tomb of Horemheb is one of the most beautiful preserved today. Unfortunately, it requires a special permit to go in, but I've had the privilege of visiting it a couple of times, and it is amazing. Check it out and tell me if you agree.